I said to her, please send me Confluence ambulance because my mom is still warm. Like, please, I was begging her. And she said, no.
A family in Fayette County on how they begged for help to save a dying loved one. They say she took her final breath while they waited for an ambulance to arrive. KDKA Investigates found that family's call to 911 did not bring a response from the closest ambulance service, but rather from one more than 30 minutes away.
KDKA investigator Erika Stanish is digging into who's responsible for deciding which ambulance company responds.
It was December 21st when Elizabeth Matheny made a desperate call for help to 911 when her 73-year-old mother, Kay, wasn't breathing.
I kept telling her, they're 3 miles from me, please. And I couldn't get her to get me help.
Living on Ramcat Road in Henry Clay Township, Fayette County, Matheny is 3 miles from the Somerset Ambulance Station in Confluence and 15 miles from Fayette EMS in Farmington.
22 minutes. It's now been 22 minutes. It's now been 26 minutes.
Despite having an ambulance station just minutes away, 31 minutes later, Fayette EMS arrived. But it was too late.
I don't think people even realize you're not getting who you think you're getting when you call.
Because of where they live and a boundary line in place, Fayette EMS is assigned to respond to the area where Matheny lives, even though the Confluence EMS station in Somerset is much closer.
I don't want to see anybody's loved one suffer or have any problems whatsoever. But we definitely need to find out who's the one handling the lines.
Matheny says this isn't the first incident like this in the township, and even started a petition last year to have the line changed and addressed it with Henry Clay Township supervisors in September of 2023.
Who controls the line? We don't know.
Henry Clay Township supervisors told KDKA Investigates they're not responsible. However, Fayette EMS and 911 say they are. According to Pennsylvania statute, the township is responsible for ensuring that fire and emergency medical services are provided within the township. Fayette County 911 tells KDKA each municipality then provides them with that information, and that's who they dispatch.
I still think that could be simple enough worked out, though, with the technology that we have. Even if you called Somerset 911 and you called Fayette 911, let the two 911s correspond with each other of who's taking that call.
We asked Fayette EMS if that's possible.
We're on separate radios. We're not on the same frequency. We don't know what's going on in Somerset County. They don't know what's going on in Fayette.
We sat down with Fayette Emergency Services Chief and Assistant Chief, who said they're willing to find a way to work with Somerset EMS to divide Henry Clay Township so they can work together to respond to calls in that area faster. But they said they refused to commit to a dual response.
Was a human life not worth the resources?
And we're very sorry that the patient passed in this particular case. But unfortunately, doing dual response on every call just takes resources away from the rest of our residents, both here in Fayette County and Somerset County.
Both Fayette and Somerset EMS say it's up to the township to determine who responds in an emergency.
It's their responsibility, not ours. We're not responsible for EMS or fire. The local municipality is responsible for that.
That's why the Matheny's were back in front of the supervisors and EMS during a township meeting last week demanding change.
The system needs fixed. We can work together. Just like Brian said, we can work together. It's broken.
I want all the minds here at one time so we can resolve the problem.
Never knew it was going to come down to the final straw for my mom, for this to have to change. It has to change for everybody's well-being.
And change it did. Since we started working on this story, Fayette and Somerset EMS, along with the township supervisors and both 911 agencies, all sat down together to discuss how to move forward and provide better coverage for that section of Henry Clay Township. They tell me they all agreed to move that lower section of the township to now be Somerset's coverage area.
The township is set to make a resolution on that during their meeting next month. I'm told if a 911 call comes in and Somerset EMS is not available, Fayette EMS and Markleysburg Quick Response Team will respond instead. Erika Stanish, KDKA-TV News.